All right. Sure. I think the main thing about Avid systems, one of the things people like about them, is that they're flexible and customizable. And whether that's a customization that an end user's doing or it's something that we're doing, it's something people really appreciate, being able to do a variety of different things with the machines. And we really kind of reached the end of our ability to do that with our previous controls platform and still maintain a reliable system. And it was also just getting slow. We felt like we weren't able to develop products as quickly as we wanted to. And so we're really looking for a platform and a partner that could help us accelerate our ability to bring new products to market. And that was really the impetus for developing the EX control systems. In terms of challenges, there are a lot of them. I think, first of all, just finding a partner that could accomplish all the things that we've already accomplished with our controls, laser, plasma, CNC routing, being able to deal with different sizes of machines and all the different things that we support. There's a lot of players in the motion control industry, but finding one that could do that and do it reliably was a challenge, and that's how we came across Centroid in the first place. I'll first say Centroid's been great to work with on this project. One of the things I like about them is that they really care about testing their products extensively to make sure that they do what they say they're going to do. And they test them in real world environments. There's a lot of machinery at Centroid. And so when they're testing plasma cut profiles, for example, they're testing with the same equipment that we would be testing with. They have a responsive development group. So they've integrated a lot of features that we requested into the system. So for example, our AutoZ touch plate, they created an interface for that. It's built into their software in a way that it's not something that users or we needed to customize. It's already there for us. And it's there for our customers. So that's a really nice feature. I think another nice thing about working with Centroid is their development environment is the same environment for our machine tools or high-end machine tools, hundreds of thousands of dollars in cost. So Centroid actually has a niche business where they sell 5-axis machining centers for the race car industry for porting engines. And so that same software that drives those crazy complicated machines is the same software package that's driving ours. So you get that inherent reliability of a system that needs to be able to perform in those high reliability environments. After that, it was sort of figuring out how to strategically change our controls to take advantage of this, and how far we go in terms of making the system new versus maintaining backwards compatibility, because one thing we always like to do is be able to upgrade our existing customers to the new stuff. And so we wanted to make sure that whatever we did, that there was a path for people to come forward and start using the new systems. So that was one of the challenges. Well, so there's a lot of cool new features. There's the tool height setter. There's the remote pendant that lets you drive the machine around wirelessly. But honestly, a lot of the features that I think are the things people are going to appreciate most are how much simpler the system is and how that inherently leads to a more reliable system. For example, there's motion smoothing built into the Centroid platform. So if you're doing, in the past, if you're doing really large G-code files, you might need to shrink down you might need to edit the amount of data that you feed to the system to make sure the control system could handle that, or you might change some of the geometry even. And you don't have to do any of that anymore. Like Centroid figures that all out for you. For plasma systems, we've eliminated one of the CAM programs that you had to use as part of the workflow and a complicated post processor. So you can just program both the geometry and how you cut that geometry straight from Vectric products. So that's pretty exciting. And then just in terms of general setup and usage, there's a lot less work that customers need to do just to get the system working. The Centroid system's a lot less reliant on the control PC. It's still a similar architecture to what we have right now, that there's a PC talking to the controller, but there's a built-in PLC on the Centroid Acorn card that drives things. And that simplifies a lot of things. It means that you don't need to worry about your computer specs too much, and you've just got an inherently reliable system. So there's a lot less working on the machine and a lot more working with the machine. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll start by saying not everybody needs servo motors for their system, but there are certainly use cases with our machines, especially with very large machines or machines where you're trying to get the maximum amount of capability out of your system in terms of how fast it can cut and how fast it can rapid between cuts. Servos are a great option for that. And honestly, we've re-architected the entire control box. And in doing that, it's like, well, if we're ever going to do servos, now's a good time to fit that in with the architecture changes that we're making. And so that's one of the nice things about the EX controller. You can get it in a servo configuration or stepper configurations. If you get it in a stepper configuration and want to upgrade to servos later, that is doable. One of the nice things, we're using Technic ClearPath motors, so the driver for that is built into the motor. So it's not like we need to cram more stuff in the control box to change a stepper system to a servo system. We can take some of the parts out of your stepper system, redo the gland plate, and then you have a servo system. So there's a nice sort of incremental upgrade path for people who want that. And yeah, the servos are great. They're faster, they're more powerful, they're quiet, and they're more accurate in terms of how well they hold position. Again, not everybody needs that. The EX system with steppers is still a huge improvement and an awesome system, but for people who want the best, now we have our servos. Sure. Well, the term closed loop basically means that the motor is keeping track of where it's going compared to where it's been told to go. And so servo motors have an encoder inside of them, and they can keep track of where they are. And so that's nice in that if the motor does experience a problem, or just the setup experiences a problem, the machine crashes or a bit breaks, and the motion is altered from what is intended or planned, then a fault signal goes back from the motor to the controller, and the controller can stop and say, hey, you need to correct this. So that's a nice safety feature that you get from having a closed loop system. The amount of time it takes to upgrade a system is dependent upon whether you're changing your motors and cables out, or whether you're sticking with your existing steppers and cables. It's pretty straightforward to upgrade a stepper system. Your motors, your cables are going to stay in place in the cable track. They're just going to unplug from your existing controller and plug back into the specified spots on the new controller. So that's really nice. I'd estimate that's probably going to take under 2 hours to get that set up. And then software configuration is pretty quick as well. There's a video, a first setup video that I recommend you check out after this one that goes through how that works, and it's pretty easy to watch in just about 10 minutes. So the actual software configuration is fast. When it comes to servo motors, you are going to have to take your motors off of your rack and pinion drives and Z-axis. There's also an electronic brake that goes into the Z-axis. So you're going to need to take your Z-axis off to retrofit that. So that's a little bit more of a project, probably closer to 4 hours, and you're probably going to want to budget a day for it just to make sure you get everything tidied up, connected correctly, cables run back through, and everything hooked up. But still, not a huge undertaking, but you're going to have a little more downtime upgrading to a servo system. So switching to the new software, there are a few things that you need to learn that might be different than the software that you're used to using with Mach. One of the biggest things people need to get their minds around is the tool height setter. This is something that basically is measuring the offset of your tools from the spoil board when the Z is in the highest position. And that's a different mentality than just using the Z touch plate for everything like you do in Mach. And the reason for this is, first of all, to set the system up so it's ready to be used with automatic tool change spindles, which are coming out early this next year. But also it simplifies workflow even for manual tool changes. But it does take a little getting used to, in that you need to say, hey, you need to number the tools that you're using and say, hey, this is tool 1, this is tool 3, this is tool 7, and you need to set that up in your CAM software as well. And every time you change tools, you want the system to go measure that tool. It's all fast and automatic, but remembering to do that and getting into that workflow takes a little getting used to. So we have 3 main cutting technologies that we use on the EX system: laser, plasma, and traditional routing. EX has some improvements for all of those systems. So for laser, you're going to be able to use the Vectric laser module, which basically combines vector and raster cutting into one programming platform. So you're not changing into different workflows to do those things. You can do an image along with a raster cut, and it's all done from one software package. And Centroid handles enormous G-code files that are generated by those things without any trouble at all, so that's really nice. When it comes to Plasma, there's a huge list of improvements there. You're able to restart in the middle of a program. If something goes wrong, you can just drive to where you want it to start. It'll pierce, lead back into the material, and keep going. Better yet, we've eliminated an entire software program. You don't need to use SheetCam with this anymore. You can program everything directly from vCarve and post that out to the Centroid system to run. And one of the nice things about that is there's a profile manager where you can choose within Centroid whether you're cutting thin material or thick material, and it sets up all the cutting parameters for you. So you don't need a very custom post processor or anything like that. You can use very vanilla G-code and still get very powerful plasma cutting. And when it comes to routing, we've got automatic smoothing built into the system, which means that, you know, even for large G-code files or rapid accelerations, decelerations, the system's going to move smoothly. It's going to interpret your G-code and adjust the motion of the machine to make sure there's reduced vibration and really nice cuts. You've got the tool height setter that I've mentioned already, and that helps you change tools seamlessly, whether you're using an automatic tool changer or just manual tool changes. You're going to spend less time measuring and setting up and be able to move quickly through your routing operations. I'd say the new EX system is going to be a benefit both to professionals and to hobbyists. Centroid has been producing industrial CNC software and hardware for decades now. And so people who are used to machine tools are going to be very familiar with this system and are going to pick it up quickly. One of the advantages of working with Avid, though, is that Avid and Centroid together have managed to make some tweaks to the software and to the interface to make it more approachable for people who are new to CNC. There's a more simplified menu on the main screen, and there's also the Avid Profile Manager, which has taken a lot of the setup time out of getting a new Avid system up and running. You can just choose the few options that you need to know about what your system is, and it gets configured for you and is ready to run after that. So both hobbyists and professionals can use the EX system without a whole lot of trouble, and I think it's going to be a benefit to both of them. One of the things we look at whenever we develop a new product is how can we make sure that new product is accessible to existing customers? Because our existing customers are the people who have helped us build this company. So we've got a program in place to allow people with existing CRP 800 controllers to send those back to us for retrofit into a new EX system. To make that process easier, we've adopted sort of a core charge model where we will send you a refurbished controller. They've been cleaned, inspected, tested, and then that controller comes back to you. You can keep using your existing controller until that arrives, and then you send your controller back to us for a credit after the fact. So that's nice in that, first of all, it's a lower cost entry point because you're getting credit for your existing controller and for purchasing a refurbished system. And it also means you can keep running up until the day you're ready to upgrade to EX. So a refurbished system is going to have the same warranty as a new system, a full 1-year warranty against manufacturer defect or anything going wrong there. So you can rest assured that it's a good system that's gone through the same testing procedures as a completely new system. Yeah, we've got a lot of exciting things planned for the new EX system. One of the things people are most excited about, obviously, is automatic tool changers. The spindles themselves are coming out very soon, followed by an automated tool rack that'll extend out into the system to let you change tools and then get out of the way so you don't lose any work area. There's also a lot of great things that I'm sure our customers are going to come up with as well. And this development environment is really designed so that we can design things, but our customers can design things as well. After that, there's a lot of potential things on the horizon for us. We'll get into more of those in the future, but one of the things we're most excited about is with this platform, we're able to develop things more quickly and bring new products to market for our customers.